Well, GM, G,
To the
M. Great morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand Fam, Forge and Fuel Crew, Super Soldiers, One Percenters, Pivoters, Pioneers, Pursuers, Builders, Brothers and Sisters, Hermanos y Hermanas, Mamas y Papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back, and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel.
baby.
I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, let me be the first to tell you that we got one hell of a show on tap for you here on this magnificent Monday morning. It is February the 10th, 2025, and I hope you're ready to come alive because we got more motivation, more inspiration, more good vibrations, and more high level conversation than you're going to know what to do with over the course of episode 665 that you're going to feel so alive. You might even feel like going and sharing some of these messages with some of the people around you in this world today. But before we get into those aforementioned messages, those vibes and inspirations, I must humbly ask you to do a few things. If you can find it in that heart of yours to do so this morning, maybe, just maybe, you could take a quick moment to do us a few favors. Potentially, you could smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge of Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell right down yonder as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button down around yonder there too, so you can help the old algo on the tube of the U variety get going and flowing one time for the one time this morning. But maybe you're watching on Rumble. Maybe that's your viewing platform of pleasure. And if so, maybe you could think about smashing a subscribe button, maybe turning on a notification bell, maybe even crushing a like button as well and helping the algo go and flow on the old Rumble. Maybe you don't like either one of those platforms. Maybe your platform is X. You like to find the truth and you like to get motivated all at the same time. So if you're tuned in, tapped in, locked in over there on the X app, make sure you smash a heart. Maybe smash a repost. Hell, even crush a quote post. And let the people know on the X timeline why you decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least,
I did not forget about you, all of our audio listeners. If you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast directory, like Apple, Amazon, or maybe even Spotify, maybe you could take a moment to give us a follow, leave us a subscription, or even give us a 5-star rating, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow on all those platforms as well.
as for all you beautiful human beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in, live in prime time, either to the stream or to the recording, we can't thank you enough for smashing the shit out of all of those buttons here this morning and helping that algo go and flow one time for the one time. But maybe, just maybe, you haven't hit those yet. Maybe you're saying to yourself, why should I hit those buttons? Why do I need to smash a subscribe? Why should I hit a like?
Be rude.
As 47 and 45 just told you, don't be rude. And also, maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show makes you think. Maybe this show gives you some perspective and you see hear some things on it that you ain't never heard before in your whole life that changes and flips up right side down your old whole mindset right around. If that's the case, well, then don't be a hoe. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let somebody know. And we will proceed with this morning's program. My friends, here we are, back once again on Forge and Fuel. Appreciate you stopping by, starting your day the right way here at episode 665, baby. You've heard some noises. You've heard some sounds. You've heard a little glass breaking, some bells ringing, and Donnie Trump coming around. So that must mean that our Mr. Producer of this fine morning program, Derek Deezy Snow, DEEZYY, is in the building, a lightweight slinging, iron pumping, bowling ball bench pressing. What's up back there, lightweight
baby?
Hello, DEEZYY. Great morning, my guy. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. Shout out to you. And my friends, there's another man here with us. I've said boys, I've said we, I've said us, but I'm the only one you've seen on the screen so far. And some days it is only me, but today is not one of those days. Even though this man is traveling, he has worked Forge and Fuel into his plans. So without further ado, my friends, let's welcome him in. The head to my tails.
What?
The fire to my ice.
What?
The yin to my yang.
What?
My friends, he is the co-host of this fine morning program.
What?
The founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
The lead pro on the GACC Greens, if you will.
What?
He is a professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. No genre and no song inside that catalog that you ain't never heard before. So when he gets on a set of decks and he starts spinning those tables and you're on a dance floor in front of him, you might just say, oh my gosh, is that a human iPod up there? A purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
Curator of high-level energies.
What?
certified PLP pusher.
What?
My friends, the jet plane flying,
What?
McLaren driving,
What?
Rolex rocking,
What?
Jesus piece dangling,
What?
Integra window smashing,
What?
new resident of Chicago, Illinois,
What?
the man on a mission, going to complete a mission in a foreign land, just got off of a tin can, flying on a Sunday. Holy shit, he's your man, my guy, the one, the only, with an emphasis on the one.
What?
He's Mr. Turned Up himself over there weighing in as the heavy hitter. He's DJ Swirl One.
Hey, air horn in there, baby. Come on.
Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing?
Bro, I'm great. I hung out with Kelly on Pride last night, had a badass dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm great. Oh, and I got some cookies like right here. You can see right there. I got some delectable goodness from those people over there. So, hey, if you haven't picked up some In the Kitchen with Pride, better get you some of that because they cooked it up for me right there. So there's that. But, man, as you can see, yeah, I'm in parts unknown. It is 6 degrees outside. Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be out here. You know what I mean?
Brand new locale, man. We've never seen that locale before.
Yeah, I've not been in this room
Backdrop.
before, but they did a good job. They gave me a nice room. From what I understand, this is the nicest room in this hotel, which says a lot and a little. So there's a little, you know, it is what it is. Hey, whatever. But I will tell you, I'm fired up. I'm gonna be here for the next 2 or 3 days. So you're gonna see this a little bit around here. So that's always good. You know what? I don't have any water. Can you believe they didn't give me water? I don't know what to do about that. I keep looking, can't find the water. So I went ahead and got me a body armor anyway because it was something I had sitting in my bag. And I definitely do have this though. See,
One down.
you know what? Don't be picking on me because I ain't got my water right now. Don't worry, I'll be having water.
Good morning, Vietnam. That's how I feel.
I'm lying. Hey, if you wouldn't do us a little bit of a favor this morning, because it is Monday, and I know people are like slow to rise. They might have a case of the Mondays. I'm not even sure.
Do you guys use the Mondays?
Yeah, the case of Mondays. And use the device. This device right here, and this thing right here. You could put in a little, maybe a 7-digit number. Maybe you got to put more than that. Wait, do you have to put more than that? You have to put more than that now, right? You can't just put 7 digits. You gotta use all of them.
10.
I remember in the time back in the day, you could just type if you were in certain places right on the phone, just the 7 digits and go straight to it. Not anymore. You have to use it all. So, but hey, tell somebody we're here. Tell somebody we're up. We're awake. We are going to rock and roll this Monday morning for you guys. So, hey, I'm excited. I'm feeling pretty electric myself. I don't know if you can see. There is some bright lighting right here above me. It is really, but that's okay. We're going to make it.
Back in my day, I used to have to run the old rotary around the telephone in order to call the people I loved and knew. Who's to say, who's to know?
Wait, what?
Those were the best. I always like the short ones and then the long one.
Those are just fun to play with. That was one of the coolest toys ever made.
That's what she said. Who's to know?
Hey, shout out to Pride. See him out there. Hey, say Drake. I heard you like him young.
I didn't even watch that shit. I had it on.
Pretty good. It was pretty good.
I
Me
thought
and Pride and
the little
Kelly
flux
Oak,
that I saw.
we were
I thought
turning
it
up the Milwaukee Brewery Company. We were the loudest people in there. As a matter of fact, for sure, the loudest people in there. We had the waiters coming down and hanging out with us and talking with us and sitting down. And man, we were doing it. We were doing it. So yeah, we had a blast.
Hey, more power to yous. More power to yous. You know, I've all the way fallen off the map with the old Kendrick and Drake and all that. I really could care less. And in my opinion, I believe that it was all a Ponzi scheme and a setup from the beginning. And I don't think they're even feuding. I think it's just
Oh, they are. Kendrick does not like that guy.
Yeah, and on the other side of that coin as well, I don't get down with somebody who trashes out somebody, a president, and then doesn't, and then also trashes out this person. And, you know, I don't get down with that. I just don't get down with that. I'm not going to go back against the things that I say. I don't know, when you imitate somebody on a stage and then you women's rights. Christ was persecuted. You're persecuted. Oh, wait, this is Forging Fuel. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, is what it is. Who's to say? Who's to know? Let's not go down that old Kendrick and Drake. Oh, I not a big fan. Not a big fan. However, I will tell you what I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of laughing. I'm a fan of chuckling. I'm a fan of, knee slapping, belly laughing. Getting a little ab workout in the morning is what I'm a fan of. Because sometimes you open up the timeline and then it's just all this fucking shit. It is just, oh my goodness, berating my mind all age. So let's slow it down a little bit. Before we get into any motivation, any inspiration, any other rabbit holes, any other nonsense, let's get into some real nonsense. My friends, we got a couple of clips for you here this morning. The first one, you may resonate with or you may not. Maybe you've been underneath the carriage of a vehicle, if you will. Maybe you have taken off the splash guard and maybe you've reached your hand up there where this thing called the oil filter is. And maybe you also reached up in that pan and untook that little bolt and let that oil just flow down and you gave yourself a nice little oil change on your vehicular device. Well, maybe you ain't ever changed your oil before. Maybe you're a wife of a husband. You say, honey, I want to learn how to change the oil. And sometimes he obliges. And when he obliges, we get a vidya like we're about to watch right now, my friends. So, ladies, this is just a prime example of why you should maybe just stick to making sandwiches and not worry about what the guy's doing out in the garage. Sorry.
Where's the rag, Gene? Oh, it's spilling, Gene. Where's the rag?
I thought you had a rag.
I can't get it now.
Oh, I can't get it. I thought you had all that.
I don't even know if it's. It's not.
What is she doing?
Oh my God!
She is soaked. She's soaked and it's still not going in.
Oh my God, I got that in a video. Oh my God, son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
Throw the whole thing away. Throw the whole
Look at
outfit away. Throw it all away. It's never coming out.
Also, look at that driveway. That driveway is looking bad, bro. Just telling you.
Well, the man was smart. Put a little cardboard down. Just a little cardboard underneath there. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that oil pan was big enough to hold all that oil in that doggone compartment anyway. That was a tiny little oil catcher. That's how I felt. And how you gonna let the poor old woman just sit under there and hold the damn thing like it wasn't?
He knew what was coming. He let her do whatever she wanted.
Yeah, who's to know? So just a subtle reminder, ladies. Maybe don't worry about trying to change the oil. He's got it under control. Who's to say? Who's to know? How about another few chuckles here? I came across this late last night and I thought, oh, what a great way to start a Monday. Who's to say, who's to know? I'm a big fan of fails from time to time. I never liked the word, when it was going to fail, epic fail, bro. I hated that for some reason.
I like fails.
Sent fills up my spine. However, I love fails. I love watching them. Absolutely amazing. So this morning, we got a little fail highlight reel. Hit us with it, D's.
Oh.
Girl now?
What is it?
Are you shitting my dick?
She just failed. Look at the face for innocent.
Oh my God, dude. No.
That hurts my tailbone. Ooh, Alexa, stop.
Are you okay?
Alexa, stop. Yeah, keep her name.
Oh, watch her face. Watch her face at the end. She looks over like, bitch, save me.
No, you're done. It's over. She looks over like,
I couldn't stop that whole time. Holy shit.
that's hilarious.
Motherfucker.
I love that. That's good shit right there. That's good.
Ooh.
Hey, Alexa, stop. No, I think her name is Stephanie. But I call her Heffany.
Bitch, got our body, we gonna go. Hey, tweak it up. Holy shit. Ooh.
I don't care. That's funny, right?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
That was funny right there.
here's your morning laugh. A little opening banter. Get you feeling good. Get you moving. Get you grooving. Get the blood flowing. Hope you're feeling great. I see all you beautiful human beings live in prime time in the chat, ready to go. You rugged me. What do you mean you rugged me? You rugged me.
Meant to say we missed you.
I oops. Phil, Steve, what? I'm so confused over there in the chat right now. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Curly, she hasn't had her coffee, man.
I oops. I oops. Shout out Kelly O. Shout out Pride. Shout out all you beautiful human beings, man. We appreciate the hell out of you tuning in. Starting your day the right way here at FNF, baby. Well, my friends, got you a little laugh, got you a little opening banner, got you feeling good, ready to start this Monday. If not, maybe you're just starting. Hey, we got plenty of show coming your way. We got inspiration, motivation. We got more laughs. You know the vibes. You know how it goes down around here. So strap in, tap in, lock in, get yourself a piece of notebook paper, maybe a couple of pieces of paper, who's no little pen. A pencil, maybe 2 pens, if you need a little highlight, underline something, maybe even a highlighter too. Hey, maybe even a Sharpie, maybe even a doggone highlighter, maybe a pen that's got bubbles and shit in it. I don't know. I mean, a lava pen, for crying out loud. Whatever you got, whatever you need to keep track of the knowledge and insights about to come your way, you get that out and you get ready, baby, because we are about to slide into your first segment of the day. My friends, it's time for your Sharpening Session. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for episode 665's first segment of the day. Your Sharpening Session, baby, on this magnificent Monday, February the 10th, 2025. Hope you're ready to come alive because boy, oh boy, do we got some vibes coming your way. And you may not know how we're starting off today. You may not know how the show will begin, what topic we are about to dive in to on this fine Monday. So let me be the first to let you know, if you didn't read the title of the show or look at the thumbnail on your way in. My friends, this morning, our opening topic of the day is it's electric. It's electric. Oh, it's electric. Ooh, it's electric. Hey, it's electric. Whoa, it's electric. What could we possibly be talking about this morning? Well, my friends, without further ado, let's get right into what you may be thinking. Oh, you're trying to plug in
I'm looking for electricity, bro.
Oh, it's around the bend. If you go back over that direction over here, it's behind this. Yeah, right there. You see it? Got cool.
Yeah.
I told you it was like right back around there. We got plenty of sockets and everything back here. You got to search a little bit. However, my friends, you may be thinking of a specific song. You may have saw the title and started singing it. You may say, you can see it. It's electric. You got to feel it. It's electric. Oh, it's shocking. It's electric. You might say, damn, are we about to bring Marsha Griffiths to the show? Oh, you better believe we're about to bring Miss Marsha to the show. And I say, Yesterday, for some reason, I was sitting here. I was thinking, what do we start off this week with? What should we talk about? For some reason, this song came into my mind. I just started hearing, it's electric. Why am I hearing this song? What does this mean? So I pulled up the lyrics. And I pulled up the music video and I started watching and I was like, damn, man, they were putting it down. Woo, look at Marsha, man. Oh, hold on. Let me read these lyrics for a minute. So I got in these lyrics and I started reading them, and I'm going to kind of skip around. I started reading them and I started having these realizations. I thought, wait a minute. She can't be. She couldn't be. No way. So the chorus. If you haven't heard the song in a long time, you can't see it. It's electric. You gotta feel it. It's electric. Ooh, it's shocking. It's electric. You gotta know it. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Now you can't hold it. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. But you know it's there. Here, there, and everywhere. She goes, some say it's mystic. It's electric. You can't resist it. It's electric. You can't do without it. It's electric. Don't want to lose it. It's electric. But you can choose it. It's electric. But you know it's there. Here, there, and everywhere. You can't see it. It's electric. You got to feel it. It's electric. Ooh, it's shocking. It's electric. What is Marsha Griffiths talking about? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. But I think it'll all tie together. I believe in that song, if you watch the music video, you listen to it, you truly take it in. I believe they're not talking about dancing around and boogieing and all this stuff. I believe they're talking about your aura, your brain, your thoughts, you, the individuality of you. If you look at the music video, everybody's dancing and catching the boogie and getting electric and all this, but they all have their own individuality. None of the background dancers are matched up together. They all choose what they wear. They all look different. They're all in sync, all one, but they're all different. So I started thinking, all right, if she's talking about our energy, our brain, our thoughts, us, she's talking about you can't see it, you got to feel it, you can choose it. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is she talking about E, F, and V? Is she talking about energy, frequency, and vibrations? And I thought about this. You get to choose what you think and what you do every single day. That is your energy. Your thoughts, your actions, either positive or negative, that is the energy you put out into this world. And whatever energy you put out into this world is the energy that is going to come back. And the accumulation of those thoughts and those actions lead to either a positive or a negative life, thus setting your frequency. And the more you do, the more you see. The more negative you do, the more negative you see. The more positive you do, the more positive you see. When you in tune to the frequency, the more positive things roll your way, or the more negative things roll your way. You become literally a magnet for these things once you attune your frequency. The things you frequently see, the things you frequently do, the things you frequently say become your frequency. She says it in there, you can't see it, but you can feel it. The more you tune these frequencies, the more you put out the good energy, the more your vibrations, you can't see it, you can't feel it. But others are like, whoa, what's he got? Whoa, what's going on there? He's got some good stuff going on. All the things that you choose to do throughout the day lead to how your frequency, what you see, and what else comes into your life, thus leading how you vibrate and what plane of life you find yourself on. Either bouncing around like a Tigger, living life, having the best time ever, or dragging your knuckles, hating every moment of it. And this right here, my friends, understanding this concept, this basic concept, is the greatest power you have in the entire world. And these are the things that I believe we should be teaching in school, not history and math and blah 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 science and literature and Shakespeare's third whatever. I don't give a damn. How about we start teaching you control your brain doesn't control you? How about we start teaching some of these Marcia Griffiths lyrics? You can't see it, you can choose it. You can't feel it, you know it's there. So maybe start making the right decisions. Maybe we start teaching people that it's about the decisions you make, the actions you take, the things and the way you not only speak to others, but the way you speak to yourself. That is your energy. That energy you're putting out. And the more you do that, the more you fall in line with whatever that is, the more it will set your frequency. And the more you are on that frequency, the more it's going to vibrate there. Just like a radio station. You tune into 98.9, it vibrates on a certain frequency so you can hear the radio. You can hear the sound from the specific channel. You go to 102.1, it's going to be a different vibration. So keep that in mind while you're on the consistent, persistent pursuit. Maybe I just need to change my radio station a little bit. Maybe I've been putting out a little bit too much negative. We got cranked that over to the positive station a little bit. Maybe that frequency will start to change and those vibrations will start to change and your whole entire life will start to change. So my friends, you can feel it. You can't see it. You know it's there. Boy, oh boy, it's electric. So what type of energy are you putting in to the electricity that is you? Who's to say, who's to know? But that's my opening thoughts here on the first topic of the show. DJ Swirl One, what do you think about some of those thoughts there, huh?
Bro, I know about that song. That's old school.
Huh?
Not only that,
It's electric.
buddy, back in the day, that was the popping, vibe, moving. I mean, if you were discoing back then, that was the one to disco to. And you know what I wish? I say this all the time. I wish I was making music back then. You know how much easier it was to get a hit song back then? Buddy, you just put a couple lines together and buddy, you were out there. The music wasn't that good. And I don't say that. It just wasn't. The production quality wasn't very high. They weren't looking for special things. And you could say it's electric over and over again. And somebody would say, hey, that's a hit. Let's just pay that person a ton of money. Not how it goes today at all. Let me tell you that. Speaking of which, I did write down a few things. And I started thinking about it. You know, you can't see it. That's the biggest one, is I don't think people understand. When you're not clued in and you're not in tune, you don't see the energy. You don't see the vibe. You don't see that frequency. And that's one of the things that I always remember, especially being a DJ, is I know that when I step up on stage and I start to play music for anybody out there, they immediately start feeling a certain vibe. A lot of times it can be the vibe that I'm feeling today. That's why I always say, when I'm in a good mood, the music comes out great. Why? Because it's just flowing through me and I'm letting the vibe, the frequency come through in what I pick. And it's funny because your selection of songs will come out. Oh, wow, I haven't heard that in a while. That will go perfect here. That will go this. It'll go great here. But you got to understand, it's something that you have to really be cognizant of, because energy, like he said, you attract what you put out. That's why there's certain places, if you play, they're like, hey, man, careful the songs you play in that kind. Let's keep it, real airy tonight. Let's keep it fun and light and parties vibe. But okay. And then I go up there and I'll play a song like, I don't know, Nuck If You Buck. And then I turn around and say, move, bitch, get out the way, ho. And then I turn around after that and I play that song, walk around the club, fuck everybody, right? And then after that, I play Throw Them Bows. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? You're going to have fights all over the place. They're never going to let me back in there. Why? Because I instigated that. I created that vibe. I created that situation where everybody was looking at each other going, yeah, fuck everybody. I'm going to throw some bows. Hey, move, bitch. And then all of a sudden the anger starts to come out and you got to fight over here and you got to fight over there. And next thing you know, I got to stop the decks and everybody gets kicked out. It's that easy. That's how quickly the vibe can change. But you can't see it. You can't feel it, but you know what's happening. Sometimes you got to create that vibe no matter where you're at. Maybe you don't feel great every single morning. So you've got to start to feel great when you wake up. You got to feel it. Oh, man, all right. I don't feel that good, but why? Okay, well, I'm going to get some push-ups and give me some more energy. Oh, you know what? Man, I'm feeling a little lethargic today. Maybe I'll get my gym at a different time. You start thinking about ways to defend that. And I always look at those things when you're in a vibe and you're in a mood, that momentum of that vibe, that frequency carries over from day to day. So when you're in a good, solid vibe, man, I'm telling you what, you're hitting your workouts every single day. You're hitting all of your 4 or 5 things. Your list is being checked off. Oh, man, let me tell you, you can do that for a while, but it only takes 1 or 2 days for you to step back and not do those things. And all of a sudden, you lost the frequency. It's like somebody changed your channel. All of a sudden, you looked around, and you're like, wait a minute. It's not the song I remember hearing yesterday. Hold on. It's not how why do I feel different? Why does it sound different? Wait, hold on. But that's what it comes down to. It's the momentum. It's staying on that frequency. You have to understand your body's always looking for a frequency to be on. And when you stop doing those things, yes, it changes that dial a little bit. Maybe it dials it down so you don't feel that energy as much. Sometimes it dials it up and you start feeling anxious about different things. And that's another one too. You brought up history and the way that people live and the way they learn. And I think it is important that we understand vibe and that we somehow find a way to teach people how to change their reality with their minds and how to understand that the thoughts they put out are the thoughts they get back. So I think that's true. But I do agree with all of those lessons. But the history part, I don't know if we need to learn history. I think that's a great part of it. I think you have to understand what the vibe was of these old people that were doing things before us, because there's a lot to learn from that. And not only with that, learning your own family history so you understand what your family's been through and what generational curses you have to break, because those things are a part of your makeup. It's part of your DNA, and it's how you move forward, understanding what has happened in the past and trying not to replicate that. Maybe the vibe of the past comes from somebody that maybe didn't have a good history. Maybe they didn't do something great for your family. You might be the one that brings that fame or brings that success to your family that you've never, ever seen before. But I think it's important to learn that history, to understand what was the energy of the past. Why did it go a certain way? Why am I not reaching those goals? Or why did my family end up in these certain places? Because when you understand where you're coming from, you can always understand where you're going. And that's what's most important. So I just leave you all with this. If you're going to create a vibe, understand the vibe you have right now will spill over to the people around you. I talked about the 40-foot radius the other day, making that whole 40-foot radius. People talk about 10-foot circle. I think bigger than that. The person way over there, if I know that person, I can say something to them. The 3 people on the way over there understand my excitement towards that person, and all of a sudden they get more excited. So try to do something today that puts out an amazing energy. That way you can reciprocate that and you can see it come back to you. Maybe it's not just 5 foot. Maybe it's 40 foot. Maybe you look over at the person that's in 2 lanes over and go, hey, man, nice car. And see how that changes what they think and how you feel about your day. I promise you, it's not hard to do. It's just something you got to concentrate on.
I like those thoughts for sure. 150%. However, the version of history you're talking about, they don't teach that in school. They don't. That's not the version of history.
Homeschool.
Yeah, homeschool potentially. But yeah, that's what I was talking about is, the pointless, nonsensical stuff. I mean, if you hear something in history and then it inspires you and makes you go do your own research and find out the real vibe of what was going on and find the truth and how did these great men become the great men of society. You're not going to learn that in history class, but you can learn that picking up some books. You can learn that watching some podcasts. We have this thing called the internet now. I don't know if you've come to the 21st century or not, but you can literally find out anything about anyone, anywhere, at any point in time. And I'm telling you what, it's valuable. It is incredibly valuable just to research these stories of these guys that we put up in just these high echelons that have created our society, or even right now are in the process of creating our society. And when you look in and you read their stories, you realize they're just average human beings that just chose not to quit, that just chose not to give up, that decided to keep putting the right energy out into the world, got into the right frequency, and just kept sitting in the frequency until they were vibrating on the plane where they got the shit that they were dreaming of and why they started off doing the thing in the first place. They just kept doing the right thing over and over and over. And you tripped my trigger at the beginning when you're kind of talking about creating value and some of those different things. I was watching this, it was kind of like a longer clip on Facebook, and it was talking about water, and they were doing these weird experiments with water. If you take a regular just water and put it in a dish, and you put that dish over a picture, whether it's Mickey Mouse or you put it over a mushroom or you put it over a mandala, whatever, and then you freeze that water and you take that bowl out of the freezer, that frozen water will have that image within it. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. Water has memory. So if you think about that and you talk about what you were playing in the club and all, the vibe you're setting, what are some of the popular brands out there? Liquid Death. If water remembers what is going on, and on the can it says Liquid Death, what energy are you putting into your body? I just thought it was an interesting thought, like, oh shit, look at all these brands and all these different things and how they have it set up in different ways. What are you putting into your body? Even it that way, and that might seem, oh, Cap, that's too deep. Don't get that deep on me. Maybe not. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe all these brands and all this stuff are set up in that way to keep your energy and you thinking in this specific way and can you continue to consume and consume and consume and Starbucks and Bud Light and Busch Light and Liquid Death and never actually producing any of your own stuff, never actually breaking out of the system, never actually learning what it means to control your own energy frequency and vibrations, just having a system dictate it for you. Who's to say, who's to know? Just some triggers I was thinking about there, Swirl One.
I don't think Liquid Death's a bad thing, but
no,
I've had one of them. They're okay. It's just water. It's just water. But I will say this. What am I putting in myself right now? Body armor, dude. 0 sugar. So there's that. So, hey, I am putting some armor on here.
There you go. There you go.
Water, so that's a good thing. But I agree with you that water does have memory. You can see that, and it's kind of interesting because if you freeze water, it takes the state of anything that's out there, and even that idea. And I don't know, I've never tried put the image and see. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But
I was watching it was tripping me out, dude. It was crazy.
I believe it's probably true at some point, but that's kind of interesting to see. But I know this: the brands that are out there, I think what the best thing that they do is they try to catch the psyche in certain ways. And it's very much like I talked about that day where that guy was trying to give water to the homeless people and he was handing them bottled waters and they didn't want it. And then he turns around and hands them a Liquid Death. They're like, yeah, give me that. And all of a sudden they realize it's just water. Well, it's funny because what it does is it helps. And this is kind of something that somebody told me that was drinking one of those one time. He doesn't drink. He goes, the wonderful thing about it is I can hold one of these and I don't drink and nobody questions what I'm drinking. They think I'm drinking alcohol. So the wonderful thing about that is it actually shows a different vibe for a person like that. He can sit there and not have to field the questions. What are you drinking? Why aren't you drinking something? Are you okay? Why don't you drink? All those questions that come out to people who don't drink, which people think they're weird when that's happening, but he doesn't have to answer them because he's holding a Liquid Death and people don't know that. And if you know that he doesn't drink and it's water, but if you don't know, you don't question it because it looks like he's holding a beer. So again, that vibe that you put out, you can curate that vibe just like he does and make sure that, hey, I do this for a reason because it keeps people from bothering me and keeps me calm in these situations where I don't have to feel awkward when I'm not like everybody else because I'm not doing something. So that's kind of an interesting thing to think about too. So your vibe can be portrayed by the things you wear and hold, and it doesn't have to be a negative. It can help you get through your day. It can help you to alleviate some of the headaches you always deal with, because I'm sure he gets asked all the time. So always think about that too. And I'll tell you, going back to the DJ thing and attracting that vibe, buddy, every time I hit the decks, I literally think about how much I can make people smile and move around and forget about things. And I might play some heavy music, this, that, but there'll be a point in time where I'll even listen to lyrics as I'm listening to something and you'll hear me backspin it out of there. I'm like, we're not going down this road. And flip that back around, buddy, and come back to something a little different because I'm aware of the messages that I put out. I'm aware of that energy that I'm trying to put out when I'm sitting there in front of all those people. It's very important to think about that when you're sitting there talking to somebody, you're demeaning them, you're building them up or whatever it is, including yourself. Speak good to yourself.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You can just set that energy anywhere you go. It's just what we talk about. Just being the light. Be the light. Shine so bright they don't know what time of day it is when you're around. And, I was thinking about, I went on Dr. Heath's show on Friday and it was an absolute blast. And, I kind of had to chuckle. There were just so many people that reached out to me like, wow, that was really good. You know your shit. Yeah, I've only been doing this for 665 episodes. You've only seen me completely reinvent myself live in prime time over the last 3 years. All you got to do is just follow up on the timeline and you can see it. Well, yeah, hello. I've been working my ass off on this. I would hope I look that good. I would hope I don't stutter. I would hope I can. You know what? I was thinking about that. That's an interesting thought. Not have to worry about pauses, not saying any ums, not but, blah, 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 blah. That's what we do. That's what we do around here. That's the standard we set. When you see us somewhere else, that's where it's going to be. That's the energy we bring. That's the frequency. Who would I be to be on this show, bring these vibes, speak the way I do, and then go to somebody else's show and, oh, woe is me. And let me so vaguely draw your attention to something. Everybody who likes to say, oh, Cap, you need to watch how you speak. Well, I so vaguely remember going on Friday's show and not saying one cuss word except hell in the hallway. Wow, it's almost like I know my audience, and when I need to adjust, I adjust. Oh boy. Who would have thunk, Swirl One? Who would have thunk? Who's to say?
Stop. Are you actually a little aware? Are you kidding me?
I'm aware.
It's really funny because I know that there's certain there's people that are really good. I'm very good at it. When I'm with my hood brothers, oh, buddy, I can speak the hood game. When I'm with my millionaire brothers, I can speak the millionaire game. When I'm with my billionaire clients, I can talk that talk. And when I'm in those different situations, yeah, it does require a different vibe, a different version, a different energy of you. And so, hey, the one size fits all doesn't fit anybody. You can't just be one person all the time because that's not going to fit every scenario. And I'm not saying be fake. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is when you know your authentic self and you understand how to throttle back on your energy and push forward on your energy, you'll understand where you need to talk, when you need to talk, how to bring up that acceleration, when to hit the pedal, when to back off a little bit. Because at the end of the day, if you are over the head of somebody you're trying to talk to, they're not going to catch a thing you're saying. It's not going to happen. Or if you're talking too low vibration to somebody who's too far up here, they're not going to want to hear a thing you want to say about it. So that's the other part of it. You have to make sure that your energy matches the energy of the room that you're in. And if it's too low vibration, then you do need to bring up that energy, hit that gas, be that catalyst, and be the one that changes that 40-foot radius. But sometimes, especially like a time like that, you get invited to a show, buddy, you have to mirror what's going on right there. And self-awareness is being able to throttle back and kind of hold back on some of the things you would do on your own time, in your own show, or in your own house when you're in somebody else's neighborhood.
150%, man. 100. Oh, I'm so glad I said that. I chipped a couple triggers in you. Let's go. And I just wrote down, be a chameleon. I love what you said. Don't be fake. Don't put on a mask. It's not about being fake. It's about finding the real version of you and being able to move from this situation to that situation. My problem in the past was I would put on that mask and I would try to be what this person, let me be this version so this person will like me. And let me be this version so this person will like me. And let me be this version. And I'm just spinning myself. But whoa. Let me be the real version of me and throttle forward and throttle back my energy and feel the frequency of the situation. And do I need to set the energy, or can I just sit on back and, hey, the vibrations are pretty good around here. You know what cool. Be a chameleon. It's that simple. It's not about being fake. It's just about fitting in, getting in where you fit in, and being able to move. And that's why we talk the way we do on this show and bring the messages the way we do. Motivation is boring as fuck all. Motivation and inspiration sucks. It's the worst thing in the world. You want to hear these messages over and over and over again. It's why we don't speak the same messages over and over again. Have you ever heard a motivational speaker fucking break down Electric Boogie by Marcia Griffiths? No. And in this way, and talk about energy, frequency, and vibrations, and you control your brain doesn't control you. This right here, what we just talked about, is literally how you change your whole life. Is literally how you set the direction of your life and you accomplish and achieve and do whatever you want to do in this life. It's the secret. And they don't teach it in school. They don't teach it anywhere. Everybody wants to give you the magic pill. We just like to say it in layman's terms. Who's to say, who's to know? Man, any final thoughts on the opening topic of the show over there, Swirl One?
No, I love it. I think you're right, though. You know what Glue said right there, G. Lou. You got to read the room and apply the right you to that room. That doesn't mean make a new you. Doesn't mean put a mask on, but apply the right you to the room you're in order to make the most impact.
That's a guy that knows what that means for sure. 150%. That boy sell ice to an Eskimo. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out G. Lou. Well, there you have it, my friends. Your opening segment of the show is electric on your sharpening session on this magnificent Monday morning, February the 10th, 2025. Hope you're feeling alive. Hope you got that EF and V pumping right through you, baby, but maybe not. Maybe you're just tuning into the show. Maybe you just saw the repost on the X timeline and you're saying, whoa, Forging Fuel is live. I better get in there. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Well, yeah, that's right. We're live. We're here. Prime time every single day, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. And here we are, ready for our second segment of the day. This is where we watch a few clips. We give you a little additional perspective. We welcome some high-level humming beans onto this show. And boy, oh boy, we got some bangers that we're about to get into on the opposite side of this transition. So, my friends, get yourself a fresh cup of Java. Maybe, if you ain't got a gallon, go fill up your water. And get yourself a fresh book or sheet or whatever of notebook paper. Click open those pens. Get yourself that feather and that ink again, nice and ready to write, because we got more coming your way as we get into the second segment of the day. It is time for your Reaction Refinery. Wow, 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 wow. Here we are, my friends, back live in prime time for your second segment of the day on episode 665. Holy shit, time flies when you're having fun.
Jeez, it does really.
665 times we've done this. Wow. February the 10th, 2025. Here we are, my friends. Hope you're ready to keep coming alive because we got some good clips coming your way today. 4, as per usual, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 coming your way. So, my friends, without hesitation or delay, we get into clip number 1. And this features 2 gentlemen that I am a massive fan of, big appreciator of their work, been following them for quite a few many years now, pushing well over a decade, actually. Holy shit. Wow, I'm getting old. What the fuck? My friends, we welcome on this morning. Hey, don't raise your eyebrow at me. I know you're yeah, whatever. And all you old heads in the chat, who's to say, who's to know. But we welcome on 2 amazing humming beings. One that I refer to as JBP, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. And also accompanying him is a man who somebody told me, hey, do you know XYZ? You remind me of him. And I said, that's about the greatest compliment you could have ever gave me. Tony Robbins joining Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. Jordan B. Peterson this morning to give us a little perspective and ask us a question. What are your reasons?
That you could have what you wanted and needed in 5 years. Okay, but there's a condition. You have to know what it is and you have to specify it. Okay, now then the question would be, well, how are you going to discover that? And the answer is you ask yourself. It's like, okay, like what would get me out of bed in the morning on a very, very difficult day?
Yes.
Well, right. What would make you persevere in times of trouble?
Exactly.
Even a more direct question.
Yes.
Okay, so...
And by the way, I find, tell me if the same for you, it's not just the aim or objective, it's strong enough reasons. In other words, somebody say, I want to make $1 billion, but they don't do it. And they even vision and get excited about it, $1 million, whatever it is. I want to have 3 perfect children. I want to write a book, whatever. The secret is reasons come first, answers come second. Once I know what I want, I got to figure out why.
Yes.
Because purpose is stronger than object. So the object may inspire you, but what's going to keep you going is strong enough reasons when it's tough. What are the reasons? Okay, I want this money. For what? Well, I want to provide a home for my mom. Well, that's very different than I just want to have this pieces of paper with pictures of dead people on it, right? And people say, I want money. They don't want money. They want an emotion. They want an impact. They want security, or they want freedom, or they want to be able to contribute, or they want to do something they think money will give them more choices on, right? They don't want the money. So I'm always trying to dig underneath to figure out what is the
that's the substructure.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's the surface desire.
Right.
And many people focus on the surface desire, not knowing enough reasons to follow through.
So I talk about the process is the product. It's not process over product. The process is the product. That's what they're talking about. Purpose is stronger than the object. The walk is stronger than the destination. The person who enjoys walking will always go further than he who enjoys the destination. What's your reason? You just want pieces of paper with dead fucking faces on it? Is that all you want? That's an accumulation of all your hard work and effort. That's what you want? You want some Benjamins? You want some Jacksons? Cool, you did it. Awesome. What is that? I'm doing this for a specific reason. Mama Capp will tell you the exact reason why I'm doing this. Because I want to give at least a quarter of what she gave to me. And I can't even begin to do that because she brought me into this life. But she provided me a life that allowed me to get to this point right now to where I can pursue my passions and do what I want to do. How could I not pay that back to her? And she knows the first thing I said, they cut that check, Mama Bear. I'm ordering a private jet. We're going to Nantucket and we're spending a weekend at bed and breakfast, baby. And we are chilling. We're living it. And then it's right back to work. I'm doing this for those around me. I'm doing this for Diamond Handsville, for the Barn Dough, for so much more than just a couple of greenbacks with some dead faces on it. And if that's the summarization of your why, whoo, it's going to be real easy to quit when them obstacles start coming up in your path.
Oh, I tell you what, people out there just say they want to be rich, but they don't have a reason for being rich. They just want to be rich so they can have clout, so they can be famous, so they can, hey, vote to man, or whatever it might be. That's not even, it doesn't work that way. That's not a good enough reason for you to be able to keep going at it, because every time you wake up and you're like, F the man, well, sometimes that's what keeps you in bed, is because that's the one who's keeping you down, you think. And that's exactly why you can't get ahead. I look at it too, and I've got reasons for me trying to make things happen. And a lot of it is, I think about this. My grandma's 95 years old. She ain't going to be around for maybe 5, 6, 7 more summers. Think about that. I realize my mom's getting old too. And I think about this. Hey, damn near paying my mom's bills right now on certain things that, that we got to take care of, like her car, if it breaks. Yeah, I'm the reason why it gets fixed. Now I'm thinking about it here in the next 2 years. As that car starts getting older, guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm probably buying her next car. So I think about that, and how do I put myself in a position to make sure that when I do that, and I can do that, that I don't worry about where it's coming from or how it's happening. That's the why behind it. And it's not just a car, but it's just understanding that there is no one other than me and my family that's going to do what I'm going to do for them. I'm the one that's going to make it happen. So every time I get up, it is the purpose that I have inside that keeps me getting up. I know I have to get up for my family. I know I got to keep getting up for this show and everything else that's going on out there. Last night I had a great time with Kelly on Pride, and that, I don't know, 3 hours. Yeah, we watched the game a little bit, but it was on. We weren't really paying attention to it, nor did we care who was winning. We had some great conversations. And at the end of the day, the why was bigger than what was going on around us. So we were able to enjoy that, and time flew by. That's the wonderful thing about being in your purpose. You have to understand, your days will go by fast when you're in your purpose. They will cruise right by, and you will realize, man, these years go by quick and quicker and quicker and quicker. That's why we don't have the time to sit back and hope that this stuff's going to happen, to sit back and have bad purpose or a not clear vision of what you're trying to do with what you're waking up and doing every day. You can't not have that. You have to have that clear vision. If you don't, you're wasting your time, and there's not much of that left.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And I watched a little bit of the game. I watched a good majority of the game. I was kind of in and out of consciousness there for a little while. It was just kind of, wrapping up the weekend. I had done a lot of work in the morning, so I gave myself a little bit of time off, and I was making money. I put 2 bones down on the Philadelphia Squeagles, and they brought me back $400. So shout out to the Squeagles. Never been a bigger fan of you sons of bitches in my entire life. So who's to say, who's to know? I just was feeling it this year. I said, everybody knows, don't bet against Patty Mahomes in the big game. Just don't do it. I said, I don't know. Something feels a little off this year. You know what? Smash that shit in. Oh, I was happier than a pig in shit at that third quarter, boy. I said, they ain't dropping this one. We good. Woo-hoo. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to all you Squeagles fans out there. We know we got a lot of Philly fans out there in the chat. OGs of the Diamond Hand fam. Shout out Live Dog. I know he's hyped this morning for sure. And Zach Attack. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. I don't know the rest of the song, so that's all I'm gonna sing. Shout out to all you Eagles fans out there.
So somebody sent me this last night.
on the road to victory.
They're singing it right there.
That's so
you can
dope.
hear them. And that was before the game, so they were fired up. Talking about bringing some energy.
Dude, they are a special bunch.
Yep.
They are a special bunch for sure. But why do they always got to destroy their city after they win a championship? What's up with you, these Philadelphia? I mean, yeah, grease the polls. Well, maybe you just don't destroy your city. You know, maybe you just enjoy it, have fun with each other, and just don't absolutely set everything on fire. I don't know. Novel idea. I know.
I can just tell you right now, I don't mean to take this a little longer, but they're all 99%ers. Remember what they're wearing. Remember who they're supporting.
Bread and circuses.
Else's last name. They're out there going nuts. They won't even go that crazy over their wins and their championships and things they do, but they'll sure do it when somebody else does. That's the crazy thing.
Oh, guess who's making a fucking video today? Oh, hey, who's to say, who's to know?
When's the last time you saw them go that nuts over a win at work or when they had their kids? Or, you know, I mean, think about it. The greatest day of their life, they have their kids. You don't see them out there climbing poles for that shit.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I might be ruffling some feathers on the old timeline content today. Who's to say, who's to know? Because I've been thinking that the last, not even 24 hours yet, 12 hours. I'm like, why are they going in bread and circuses? Bread and circuses. I see. Who's to say, who's to know? Your second clip of the day, my friends, here on this fine morning show, after those solid rabbit holes, features a young man who goes by the name of the Healthy Gamer. Oh, yes, the Healthy Gamer. Guy right up my alley. Who's to know, right? And he joins us from the Modern Wisdom podcast, hosted by the one and only Chris Williamson. And this morning, he's going to give us some perspective you may have never heard in your life. I never heard it, and boy, oh boy, it changed everything that I'm doing right now. So, the Healthy Gamer, joining us this morning to give us a little bit of perspective on self-worth versus accomplishments.
People separate their sense of self-worth from their accomplishments.
The first is to recognize, I know it sounds kind of weird, but you don't actually accomplish anything. Like, literally, it is impossible for you to accomplish anything. So you can plant a seed, you can water it, you can do all the right things, but you can't make a plant grow. So as a human being, there's a very fundamental principle that a lot of people don't understand. And I know this is going to sound crazy. All you can do is the action. You cannot achieve any result. I can be the best boyfriend on the planet, but I can't make someone fall in love with me. Close your eyes. What can you control, Chris?
My movements.
What else?
My thoughts sometimes.
What else?
My breath.
Can you control me?
No.
Can you control who watches this?
No.
Can you control how many views it gets?
No.
Can you control what sponsorships you're going to get or who's going to reach out to you? Can you control the comments in the comment section?
Definitely not.
So here we are. You have a successful video, and you don't control that. All you control in life is what you do. And this is paradoxically how you become successful.
You don't accomplish anything. There are no rewards. It's just all about action. It's just all about taking action, and through the right actions, putting out the right energy, tuning into the right frequency, getting on the right vibration, you find success. You live a quality life. You're not trying to impress people. You just found your self-worth. You're not finding your worth in everybody else and your job and a relationship and this and that and the third. If it all loses tomorrow, you still got yourself. You're still good. You're still straight. We don't accomplish anything. Holy shit. I'm not worried about accomplishing anything ever again. I'm just worried about taking the right action. I'm just worried about watering the plant. Maybe that plant never grows. Maybe I put it in the wrong soil, but I tell you what, at least I planted it. At least I'm watering it. At least I'm tilling the soil. And if it doesn't grow, then I'll be able to say, well, I know that. I know how to not plant a plant. I know how to not try and grow some potatoes. Let me try this again. Who's to say, who's to know? Then maybe it works out the second time, or maybe the third, or maybe the fourth. But I don't know unless I don't try. Who's to say, who's to know?
I love it. He said, you can't control this. You can't control that. He's right. And it's 100% about effort. You can't. I was talking about this with Kelly O and Pride last night. Life is just a series of every single day working to do the best you can with what you have. And as long as you're trying to continue to push forward and move that ball. Here's the thing. It's never going to be done. It's never going to be done. I'm sorry. You're always going to have something to do. Whatever your vision is, your goal, whatever your business is doing, you're never going to feel like, oh, I've arrived. You might have made, that's the wonderful thing about it, is that your goals change as your goals get realized. So it's never a finish line. There's never a line. All of a sudden you can put your hand up and run through that little ribbon and be, oh, I'm there, I'm done. Even like, look, Mama Capp sold her business and she's already talking to somebody else who did the same thing and did something else. So what does that mean? Rewind the time, reset the clock, start again, and do something different. So now all of a sudden in the other day, it was some, because I've obviously been changing a lot of things, but somebody said the other day, and we saw that one video. Which one was it that it was your time. Remember the one where he says, hey, it's not your girl, it was just your time.
Yeah,
right. Remember that?
Carlos.
Yeah. It's just your time. It's the same thing what he said in there. It's not your job. It was just your turn. That was it. So now that you had that business and it was your turn to run it, maybe you sold it. Okay, now it's gone. I think everything runs that way. And I think about that with the NFTs. I think about that with all the deals I have going on right now. There is a 100% everyday process to keeping these things going. Is there a finish line? Probably not. There probably isn't. And that finish line looks different for everybody. Does that mean, is it when they die, or is it when they sell it, or is it when they walk away from it, or is it when they give it to their kid, or whatever it is? That thing continues on. That idea keeps floating as long as you're out there. So you have to understand it's the effort and action that starts it in motion, and what you do with it is up to you after that.
Yeah, man. I like that a lot. It's not about your accomplishments. It's about your action. Who's to say, who's to know? Whew! Shout out to Healthy Gamer. That's some good perspective right there. Third clip of the second segment of this fine morning show features another young man who we're big fans of on this program. He is not a motivational speaker or anything of that variety. However, we do feature his content quite often here on this program. He goes by the name of Soul X Psy on the Instaslam. And this morning, not a poem, not a quote, not his usual deal. This time, he's given us 6 lessons to change our lives.
Lessons that will change your life. 1. You will never have control over everything, but you will always have control over how you respond. 2. Not everyone will give you closure, and waiting for it will only hold you back. Learn to let go for yourself. 3. Happiness can only be felt in the moments that you allow yourself to appreciate. Focus on what's good now instead of chasing a perfect future. 4. Loving yourself doesn't mean you won't have any bad days, but it does mean that you'll keep treating yourself with care. 5. Growth is uncomfortable because it requires you to let go of familiar things that no longer serve you. It's hard, but it's the only way to move forward. 6. The life you want won't just appear. You have to take action. Even small steps matter, and every single action you take either gets you closer or further from where you want to be.
I wrote down all 6, just kind of the brief, high-level synopsis. Respond. Are you reacting or are you responding? You're not responsible for your first thought, but you are responsible for your first action. Let go. Just let go. Let go and let God. Whatever it is, a circumstance, a relationship, or this or that, the third, let it go. It's like an anchor tied to your belt loop that just keeps dragging you down back to the deep. Gratitude. If you can't be happy with what you got now, what makes you think you're going to be happy with more in the future? Treat yourself with care. We're not talking self-care. We're talking self-work. Who's to say, who's to know? Get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Enjoy the unfamiliar. It's as unfamiliar with you as it is as you are with it. So go introduce yourself and take action. I mean, come on. Is that not just a sum up of some of the high level shit we've been talking about lately, Swirl One? Woohoo! Why are you muted? You're muted. What the fuck?
What the hell, dude?
Don't give me shit about muting my mic.
I don't know what happened. I didn't mean to mute myself.
Over there.
I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, as I was saying, let go is a big one for me because as far as I know, That's the one thing I think most people have a hard time with. They can't let go of things that don't serve them. That's why I immediately say, I'll sell all this stuff. I don't care. I'm not afraid of letting things go and starting again. There's a lot of people out there that they have that scarcity mindset, and they literally cannot let go of that girlfriend or that thought or that material item they think really defines who they are, because once they get rid of it, they're not that person anymore. I mean, think about all these people who have the 28% interest in these Hellcats, and all of a sudden they're sitting there, oh my gosh, that thing is destroying them financially. But you know what? If they get rid of it, they can't be SRT Bob on InstaSlam anymore. They can't be, and that becomes their whole identity. It's because they're so tied to a material item that it becomes who they are. Same thing with the brands you wear. That's why I rocked the GACC. I rocked it last night when I was out. I love what I do. I love who I am. So therefore, the action I do is going to back those things. I am going to not take, and I said it last night to the Uber driver, I'm not going to shoulder what's not mine. I'm going to take all the things that I have and put those on my shoulder. If I care for them, if I want them, I'm going to keep bringing them forward. You have the opportunity to create better days, and you have to start by letting go of all the things out there that are really hurting you. As a matter of fact, Kelly O, shout out Kelly O. She was talking to me a lot about letting go last night on a few different things. She's a smart woman, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, she definitely is. I don't know. 650S Swirl's got kind of a little ring to it. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Kind of like 600 LT better, but
yeah, I know, but it didn't rhyme, so I just had to come up with something. Who's to know? Shout out Swirl One. Great perspective, man. That's some good stuff right there. 6 lessons. One more clip coming your way, my friends. And this one might be my favorite one of the day. I think it's something that more people need to hear, more young men need to hear, more just men in general need to hear. I think we have created a lot of soft men through the soft times that we recently went through, and there's going to be some hard times, and we're going to have to step up to the plate. Now's the time when men are going to have to put 10 toes down and decide what side of the fence they want to be on. So, my friends, a legend joining us this morning who goes by the name of Adam Allred. If you haven't seen Adam around, I highly suggest you go check him out on InstaSlam. High-level thought provoker, a damn dog. Bringing some perspective this morning for us on why a man should be capable of anything.
To change a diaper, plan an invasion, butcher a hog, con a ship, design a building, write a sonnet, balance accounts, build a wall, set a bone, comfort the dying, take orders, give orders, cooperate, act alone, solve equations, analyze a problem, pitch manure, program a computer, cook a tasty meal, fight efficiently, die gallantly. Specialization is for insects. So many men get stuck in this trap that life has just handed them. It says, hey, get married, have kids, get a job, and then die. Most men in that state are living in various degrees of quiet desperation. They're not happy, they're not fulfilled, and they're really just checking boxes of responsibility every day. It is important as men that we broaden our skill sets, that we develop talents, that we make ourselves as useful as we possibly can beat other people. This is where respect comes from, and I like how Alex Hormozi articulates this. He says, trade respect for the word usefulness, because when you're useful, guess what? You're respected. And when you have a lot of skills and a lot of talents, you're going to be respected by a lot more people. And most importantly, as a man, you're going to respect yourself. And that's why specialization is for insects.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, that's a big one right there. I love to see the fact that he's sitting there talking about being useful, because I cannot tell you enough. I tell people all the time, it's not about who I am, it's what I can do. It's what I can gain, the knowledge I can bring. And in some situations, buddy, let me tell you, my usefulness is just being in the room. Sometimes it is me talking. Sometimes it's something that I brought to the meeting. Sometimes it's different things. You have to be literally so many different facets of life you have to understand and be able to do. Just like what we were talking about this morning. We saw that lady trying to change that oil. The one thing about it is, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, my wife, future wife, lady is not ever going to have to change the oil. I'm going to do that for her, or I'm going to pay somebody to do that for me. And the difference is this. Everybody out there wants to be, hey, I'm really good at this, but they don't know anything else about this. I don't mind being somewhat of a generalist. I like knowing a little bit about everything. And somebody asked me the other day, you're talking about the Integra. And they were like, man, I don't know. You do those kind of things? I'm like, what are you talking about? I built all 4 of those damn engines that were in that damn thing. I know every bolt of that car. So when I say I can take it apart and put it back together again, I can. Now, do I have the time to do it at this point, or do I have the resources to put it all back together? Maybe that might be the difference now, because when I was doing it before, that's all I had was time, right? That's the difference, is I have the ability to do so. The question is, am I going to give myself the time and effort to be able to learn those skills, do those things, get that knowledge, and apply that knowledge so other people can say, damn, you're pretty useful. You built that yourself. I sure damn did.
Damn straight. I like what DZ put down in the ticker, too. If you guys are reading that ticker, DZ putting some bangers in there today. Shout out to you, D's. Man, thought of the quote. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but far often better than a master of one. That's the full quote. Everybody loves to say a jack of all trades is a master of none, but far often better than a master of one. You know, I referenced this conversation. I had a conversation with somebody last week. What do you do? What, you know, I read one testimony and somebody lost like 30 pounds because of what you do. And I read another testimony. Somebody started a business and you got this, and I read over here and this person was doing this. What do you do? Nah, I'm just a podcaster. What? No, you're not. Yeah, that's all I am. I'm just a podcaster. Stop it. You're not just a podcaster. And I could tell by that point, they were really wanting to know. I said, look, I tell people I'm just that because when people ask you what you do, they want to know the type of respect that they should bring to you. And if I just say I'm a podcaster, I'm a YouTuber, I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. They don't know fuck all of what else I've done or who I've put on or what I've done for other people's lives or what Diamond Hand Media Group is or the Gateway or anything in between. And they don't need to know. If they want to know, they can find out. There's plenty of links. There's plenty of shit. I don't need to go around parading this and that. And, oh, I'm so great and I do this and look at me. Just look by my action. Look by who I am. Look by who's surrounded around me. And if you can't open your eyes and see that, then whoo, you are blind to growth. You are blind to development and doing the right things in this life. And I pray that you see this and you become more and more involved in what we're doing around here. Because I'm telling you, it is something that's changed my entire life. And I know many, many people can say the exact same thing, not only about this show, but DHMG as a whole, the Gateway, everything we do, man. And it's simply because we want to be valuable. We want to create as much value as we can for as many people as possible. That's what I'm in this for. That's my reasons. Who's to say, who's to know, to take it all the way back to the beginning. But there's your 4 clips of the second segment of the show, my friends. Shout out Dr. JBP and Tony Robbins, the Healthy Gamer, and Chris Williamson, Soul XI, and the one and only Adam Allred. Amazing perspective this morning. Excuse me. Amazing perspective, quality insights. We appreciate the hell out of you, high-level humming beans. Well, my friends, that does it for your second segment of the day. Time to get into your third and final segment of the day. And what is that? Well, this is where we connect with you, the live viewer. So if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and if you're watching on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, somewhere in between. No, those are the only 3 we're live on right now. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget something.
Like, wait a minute.
I know. Are we live somewhere else? No, we're not. I was speaking of other platforms, but other platforms, they can't comment live. So we're not live anywhere else. Only on YouTube, Rumble, or X. Get in the live chat. If you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul that you ain't got out yet, whether it's some perspective, some insights, a question on something we talked about, or a question pertaining to your own life and the obstacles you're struggling with, and maybe a little bit of perspective you could use to help you turn them right into opportunities. Whatever it might be, drop it over there in the live chat. And after this brief transition, we will pop those comments up on the screen and start dishing out our thoughts. Nah, me. As we get into your final segment of the day, my friends, it is time for your answers from the Anvil. Okie dokie, artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time for your third and final segment of the day on this beautiful Monday morning, February the 10th, 2025, episode 665 of Forge and Fuel. Hope you've been coming alive. Speaking of alive, I've been seeing the chat popping all morning long.
I saw it.
Woo, they've been rocking and rolling. So without further ado, D's, you know what to do. Shift us up on the screen, my guy. Who we got out there on the timeline in the chat? What we got live in prime time? Open 24 hours. First man in the chat. Great morning, all you amazing people. Another beautiful day. Shout out to you, Open. Appreciate you being live in prime time. Great morning to you, sir. Delta 24, Aunt Donnie. Great morning, all. Great morning, Aunt Donnie. Appreciate you being live in prime time, as always. Albright's Fur Farm, our friends over there, Jarrett, and all the amazing humming beans and furry critters there at the farm. Great Monday morning, everyone. Feeling much better now. Lots to catch up on. Let's do this. Love to hear it, Jared. Love to hear you pulled through that little flu or little sickness or whatever the hell it was. Hey, I'm glad you didn't buy into the bird flu or none of the bullshit. You just fought it right off. No nonsense. No getting you more jabs. Hey, we're on the same page. Shout out to you, Albright. Crushing the game. Angel SD, shout out to Mr. Peguero, G to the M, F&F crew, G to the M, right back at you. Mr. Angel SD, we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Appreciate you being live in the chat, as always. Grammy P, roll out the red carpet. The queen's in the building. GP, great morning, F&F family. Be the light. Blessings to all. Blessings right back to you, GP. We appreciate you being here, as always. Mr. Metal, one half of the Metal Crazies. GM, great morning, good sir. Hope you're having a solid start to the day over there in FLA, baby.
FLA.
JK, small time. What's up, big time? Crush the day, everyone. Hope you're having a solid start to the day in our nation's capital. Good, sir. Appreciate you tuning in, as always. Pride, Stanford, free halftime shots.
I do have halftime shots, free ones.
Wow, just going hard in the paint. What variety?
They were like... man, it was like a Malibu rum something or whatever. The GM that really liked us came over and gave us free shots.
Wow.
Her name was Heather.
Oh, wow. You got a thing with Heathers, huh? Who's no?
I seem to know a lot of Heathers.
That is weird. Who's saying who's no? Shout out Pride Stanford. We appreciate you. And the beautiful Kelly O. I've seen her in there too. Iron Shag. The fans that live in Philly are obnoxious, and I live a few hours away from Philly. Shout out Straight facts. I'm making the video today. I don't give a damn. That's my first video coming out today is why don't we get this hyped up about our own lives? You are so excited about a bunch of humming beans that don't even know your name, and you have never gotten that excited about anything you've ever done in your life. Ooh, I can't wait to put that out. I'm going to ruffle some fucking feathers, boy. Woo-hoo! Shout out, Mr. Shaq. Brittany Panko, shout out to the one and only Miss Simply Soapology. Great morning, Diamonds. Great morning to you, young lady. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. Appreciate you tuning in. Bill S. Esquire, the one and only. My single daily goal now is to vibe high from the morning I wake up. From the moment I wake up in the morning, he had a correction there. I'll then spend the day doing and thinking things to maintain that high vibe. Damn straight.
Come on, man.
Energy, frequency, vibrations. If this ain't exactly what old Bill needed to hear this morning, who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you tuning into the show as always, my guy. G. Lou, great morning, fellas. Great morning, Mr. G. Lou. Appreciate you. Hope you had a solid weekend. Hope you have a solid start to your Monday here, my guy. Go slang a bunch of RVs, as always. Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City Live. Shout out to the legendary Mr. Ken Buckler and the beautiful Miss BB. We do what we do because the community needs what we do. If we didn't, nobody would know what's happening in our community. At the end of the day, if I helped one person stay informed, mission accomplished. Damn straight. If we can help one person change a thought, move a muscle in a positive direction, and we're doing our job over here. And I think you're doing your job pretty well over there, Mr. Buckler. So keep rocking and rolling. If you guys aren't subscribed over to Radio Free Hub City, I highly suggest you check them out. Do not pay me to say that. They are just a high quality, real, unbiased news source. If you want the real shit from somebody who used to be maybe or maybe not tapped into the old GOVT, I'd highly suggest checking out Radio Free Hub City. Woo! There's it is. There's a rhyme. I'm a poet now. You really know it. Shout out, Mr. Ken. We appreciate you. Mrs. Metal, the other half of the Metal Crazies in the chat. Great morning, fam. Happy Monday. Today's reminder is don't be ashamed of loving the strange little things that make your unique heart happy. Go be great in their face on purpose. I like that. Shout out to you, Mrs. Metal. My morning quote of the day. It's hard to think. That's why so many people judge. Who should say who's to know? Shout out, Mr. Metal. We appreciate you. Kelly O, the one, the only. Letting go isn't about losing something. It's about making room for what's meant to come. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Oh, she gets it. She's getting it. Shout out to you, Kelly O. We love you. You're the bomb.com. appreciate the hell out of you. Wish I could have seen you guys yesterday too, man. I need some Stanfords in my life. Who's to say, who's to know? Who else we got out there? Oh, the one and only Kim Jones, Mama Capp. I believe my husband can do almost anything. When I ask for help, he solves it. So grateful for when you have someone like this in your life, or in my life, either way. Shout out to you, Kim Jones, Mama Bear. We appreciate you. I do attest. Father can just about do anything other than build a rest for plants that may or may not have almost killed me when I was 12 years old. Other than that, I mean, he can build it all, man. He can build a little funny story. Old Jones, he's always building something. And there was my stairs. My room was in the basement. And there was like kind of like a L and a coffee bar up top and a bathroom and all this shit. And over the top, to kind of cover up the stairs, he had put like in these boards that was kind of like a shelf. And on top of the boards were like these plants and whatever. Just made it look real nice and pretty. And it was right in front of the window, whatever. Well, I'm walking downstairs one night and these boards go and all these fucking plants and these big, I'm talking 40, 50 pound pots just covered in soil and plants just start raining down on me. And all I could think of was, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. And I just covered my head and I did this. And when I opened my eyes, everything had just smashed all around me. Not a single thing had touched me, and I was just fine. So the only thing that ever danger happened, but yeah, we made it out unscathed. And I think I had some guardian angels around me in that moment because those pots coming down on the head were crushing my little ass. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out, Father. I know he felt pretty bad about that one. He felt pretty bad about that one. Shout out, Father. Oh, I love you, Mama Bear. Love you, Father. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all you beautiful human beings tuned in live in prime time to the show. Thanks for starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, baby, and helping that third and final segment of the day keep flowing and going. But my friends, it's time to officially wrap this show up for the day and go turn some obstacles into opportunities, losses into lessons, failures into brand new chances to flourish. But not before we wrap this show up the only way we know how. By giving you some reminders, getting you up to date, and kicking you in the ass to really get you ready to go share these vibes with the rest of the world outside. How do we begin by doing that? Well, we check back in with the co-host, with the mo-host of this fine morning program. DJ Swirl One, any final thoughts, closing comments, reminders, perspectives, anything in between for episode 665?
Man, I'm excited about this week. I'm at a brand new spot right now. I got to see the Pride and Kelly O amazingness last night. So I was excited. Got me all fired up and ready for today as I'm in Wisconsin. Yeah, because it rhymes with mansion. You know what I mean? That's right. Yeah, it's cold. Not happy about it. But I'll be here for a few days. But tonight, we do have a GAC space happening on tonight. I have it scheduled for 8, but just a little precursor. I'm hoping 8. I'm thinking 8:30 maybe, but I'm thinking 8. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'll have that at the right time. But it is happening tonight. Get that out there. It's been a crazy week. I'm looking forward to getting back in the saddle and 100% back at the HQ. Maybe have some good stuff happening this weekend. But for today, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you are, all of you amazing human beings. I see you all out there. All of you everywhere. Yeah, you over there in the car. Yeah, you over there at your house. Hey, put some clothes on. Do that. Do me a favor. Nobody wants to see that. Anyway, shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in to Fortune Fuel. Looking forward to another amazing Monday out there. Don't have a case of the Mondays. Bring that vibe, bring that frequency up just a little bit and set the tone on this Monday.
Shout out, Swirl One. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for your final thoughts. Thanks for your insights and knowledge over the duration of the program this morning. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday, sir, because you deserve it. As for all you beautiful human beings out there, you deserve it as well. Hope you're fired up, gassed up, juiced up, ready to go crush this Monday. A couple of reminders for you. Swirl One said it, but just an update. GAC XDHMG Spaces. It is posted from the Grandpa Ape Country Club account at Grandpa Ape CC. If you don't know, you won't know. I will be in the co-host spot from behind the Diamond Hand Media Group account. Swirl One in the host spot from behind the Grandpa Ape account. DWEZY will probably be up there on stage too, and we'll just be going back and forth talking some shit. Who's to say, who's to know? 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 7 in the mountains, and 6 specifically. Outside of that, no other shows, no other crazy, nonsensical things for you to tune into today. There will probably be some content on the timeline. So if you see that, maybe repost it out, maybe leave a comment like that, baby. And if you'd like to start your mental, physical, and financial growth journey, maybe you need a little personal and professional development. Maybe you just need to be surrounded with a quality group of humming beings that help you keep pushing forward and don't judge you, don't give a damn what you think, don't care about your opinions. They're just here to help you become the best version of you. If you could utilize that and you're tired of all these bullshit communities out there, well, come join us here at the Diamond Hand Fam. We got a whole place where we reside. It's called the Gateway. Yeah, that's right. It's your gateway to the future, gateway to growth, gateway to manifestation, or whatever you need. That's why we got the platform and the entire Diamond Hand Fam. So start your journey today. You can find the link to the Gateway in this episode's description. Also, with Mine and Shine Apparel, our merch store, if you want to get you a little merch, maybe you could rock around town and let people know why you got the vibes you do and who helps you turn that frown upside down. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe you could also find the GAC Pro Shop, some other things about GAC, maybe our website, all types of different things down there in those links. And while you're laughing looking at those links, maybe you could hit a subscribe, maybe turn on a notification bell, maybe like this program if you enjoyed it this morning. Maybe leave a comment about something you particularly enjoyed about the program. Maybe make your own clip if something came to your mind. Oh, let me make that clip, but just don't be a hoe and tag us here on the show, and we'll put it out on our timelines. If you see a clip on our timelines, maybe repost it out on your timeline. Maybe give us a follow, leave us a 5-star rating. In all honesty, all I'm trying to say is, could you just please smash the shit out of whatever buttons you currently see on your screen, as it only helps us grow and flow and continue to make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. But without further ado, my friends, that's all we got coming your way today, outside of your 3 reminders, baby. Number 1, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number 2, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number 3, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD,
What?
we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks for investing some time here with us this morning at Forge and Fuel. And every morning you decide to invest your most valuable asset. You could spend it 1,000,001 other places. And the fact that you choose to spend it here, we are forever grateful. We'll continue to show that gratitude and pay back that investment to you by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. But for now, my friends, we officially bid thee adieu. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow morning for more vibes, more inspiration, more motivation. But for now, for Mr. Producer, DEEZYY, for the co-host with the mo-host, DJ Swirl One, and for yours truly, Colton Capp Swirl One, can't thank you enough for stopping by here this morning. Have a magnificent rest of your Monday, unless you have any other plans. And last but certainly not least, my friends, as always, peace and love.